Welcome. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna do YouTube. Alrighty, Schneidy. Look at me. I'm a freaking mess. I was like dying. Hot. Came home, rinsed off. Came downstairs. Picked up. Loki. Loki came down here for the first time. Believe it or not, for the first time. He's met Sheldon twice. Max for the first time. But he's like, what are we doing? He's like, this is great. But he's just he's a little aggressive. I mean, he's a pup, right? Like, I'm not worried about like him like eating him or, oh, that feels good. So I don't know what that look is. Anybody know what that look is? So it was like watching a toddler. So I don't know what we're gonna read. I'm kind of like, I should probably plug you in. I'm like, let's go on with like a purpose, you know? So I guess I'll just be telling cats. And let's see what comes out. All right. Because when I was about to write something, oh my God. I'm so sorry. I think this read is going to have something to do with like exhaustion or something. The song that came to me, I was like, what am I going to talk about? Like, because I really wanted to touch base on the energy. And then I was like, all right, I'll touch base on messages. And then I was like, all right, I really don't want to touch base on that again. And then I heard, let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. So I'm thinking, salt and pepper, huh? So obviously I'm not going to talk about sex. Unless sex is an issue right now. I mean, again, not my business. I really don't want to have that type of conversation either. So there's got to be like a reasoning. Like, I wonder what okay, like other people's analogy on it. Maybe because it was just in the time period of unprotected sex, this and that planned. In the first verse, the rappers trade rhymes about how a broad subject. The second verse is a cautionary tale for women who has sex with a number of high profile men, but left feeling empty and used. The third verse is when it gets graphic. The couple have unprotected sex and leaves it with a nasty condition or sores, pores, stuff that drains and what? Look. Make you think twice about wearing a condom. I don't know where we're going with that, guys. I suggest you be extremely cautious. It's almost like they want me to touch base on like STDs or something. So like that makes me a little weary. Um Not make me wary because sex with like random people, but like when that message came through, like let's talk about sex. And then I was like, there's gotta be more to that song than just like that. I don't even know where to go with this read. I guess I'll just throw cards. I mean, I know stuff like this was coming before. We talked about random stuff, but I don't know. It's almost like telling me, like, be careful. Like, you might have an STD. You may already have one and you don't know you have one, or don't go sleeping with random people, or you don't know who that person's been with. I'm telling you, there's like something with an STD that's probably going to come into play. Or like it's like one of those things where someone hits you up a year later and it's like, oh, I tested positive for yada yada. But you know what I mean? Like that, I'm telling you, like there's something going on there, which is like it should be concerning if you are having unprotected intercourse. Or this is just like another warning of like being careful. Because when you break down the verses, because I feel like it's not like that time period. Like I know there's like all different like the gender thing going on, but that's not where it's going with that. In the second verse, tell a cautionary tale of women who had sex with a number of high rank and profile men. So like I don't know if you're an escort, but at the end of the day, it's like feeling empty and used. So I don't know if it's like kind of like, all right, I don't know if you had sex with somebody, you had intercourse with somebody, like I don't know. And it's like you just feel used. And then the third verse is obviously more graphic. Unprotected sex leaves you with nasty conditions, sores, pores, stuff falling out. Spirits like, yep. I personally don't like that message. If you've had intercourse with anybody within the next year, I think you personally shouldn't like that message either. How loyal is that person? Or does that person really know who they were sleeping with? Like, this is actually disturbing. And I want to say, wasn't it like months ago, Natalie was like all up on like the whole like STD thing, be careful. And like usually when stuff comes through like that, I'm always like, oh, she mentioned that, like, oh, all right, like yada yada. But that's okay. So I don't know how to like really touch base on this. We all know the fucking birds and the bees, guys. Like at the end of the day, make sure you wear a fucking condom. But I almost feel like it's too late. And if it's not too late, then be very careful. This theory is about how sex and the COVID test. No, I don't think it's going there. I know that whole like monkeypox too. It could be talking about that too. There's so many people have like casual encounters these days. Um, so I guess the only thing I can really say is like be really careful because you don't even know if like the man you're sleeping with or vice versa is what if they're like they go both ways and you never knew it. Not that it matters. Some people are okay with that as long as you know what the deal is. But um, I think if anything, I feel like it's pulling me more towards like the monkeypox type thing. Um, so what's the updates with that? Anybody know anything recent like when it comes to like that? Because I know it was more of like how is the monkeypox transmitted? Direct contact, rashes, bodily fluids, kissing, cuddling, and sex. Even cuddling? Damn. Avoid contact. Pimples, blisters appear on face, inside the mouth, other parts of the body, hands, feet, chest, genitalia, anus. Rash goes through stages, healing completely, typically 2 to 4 weeks. What do you do if you have monkeypox? Like, isolate yourself. So, see, it might not even be about sex, guys. It could have just pulled me to the monkeypox as if, like, there could be a pretty big outbreak. I think that's where spirit's taken me on this fucking wild goose chase with how I get to one thing or another. So, wasn't there an outbreak in Florida? Let's just do monkeypox. So that's telling me there's gonna be an outbreak. Oh, 2 days ago, U.S. bigger than CDC reports. Okay, so I guess this makes sense on why Spirit's like, all right, I'll give you something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. Figure out. So this is kind of scary because, damn. Cases of monkeypox from here to May. The highest count seems to be Canada right now. Spain, Portugal, the UK. And a majority of them weren't even like sexual. So I almost feel like, I mean, because I was stunned when I was like cuddling. So I wonder how long it stays in the air. Like, say you're flying and someone sits in your seat, and then you go and sit in their seat because you got the droplets, contamination, bed lesions. Oh shit! Oh no, that's the incubation period. I was like, damn. So if spirit's bringing this up, obviously, guys, safe sex, okay? But there's gonna be an outbreak. Headache, back pain, profound weakness, body aches, muscles, swollen lymph nodes. Sounds like a fucking cold. Sounds like the flu. Which of the following can cause acute rash not explained? Varicella, Vosla, herpes, Vosla, measles. Varicella. I know I got vaccinated for that. That's not the one I'm thinking about. Justin Bieber has is it rubella? No. Is it the varicella he caught? And it paralyzed like half his face? It was like random out of the blue. I don't think he traveled. It's just something he caught because a majority of us are not vaccinated with that. Well, it's not one of those ones that are required, I should say, at birth. Like if you work in the health field, yes. Oh, hello. That was like I wouldn't say a little creepy, but welcome back. Welcome back. Um so it's definitely viral. It's transmitted through humans, animals, symptoms vary. Two case, two clients, Africa, Congo. Dominican Republic in 1970. So we're definitely gonna see an outbreak of that again. I'm guess well, it's definitely telling me there's gonna be an outbreak um of something. And not like going towards like COVID or anything like that. Like I know we'll have surges and this and that, but this is different. So I don't even think this has anything to really do with sex, which makes me feel better. Um, just makes me think in the last year, one person or not, doesn't matter. Like who the fuck is he with? Don't make me fucking go on a fucking rampage. Um, and then you brought something up, and then it told me, the whole monkeypox thing. So there's clearly going to be a surge of the monkeypox. It's also pulling me to something else. Um, oh, the all the 22 teenagers that died poisoning in Africa. Um, I don't think this is linked to. I don't think that's linked to monkeypox. Um, well, what if it is? I mean, fuck if I know, because it is very bizarre that 22 teenagers were found dead, like on bar tables, like on the bar, like all 22 of them just like died. And they're like, and the drinking law is 18, and all these were in between the ages of 13 and 17, drinking when they shouldn't even have been drinking. And it was like a hookah bar, and they were all like graduating like middle school or something. And why? I just don't understand. Like, how is it they were found the next day in the fucking tavern, all slopped over and dead? Like, where the fuck did the employees go? Did the employees just go home? So it's almost like they're saying like some type of poisoning through like either something they smoked with the hookah or the liquor. But I'm thinking to myself, like, if it was liquor, it's not just gonna drop dead 22 people. Like, clearly it had to have been poisoned. And then they threw hookah into it. So I don't know if they inhaled some type of bacteria. But again, you would think like they were actually poisoned. Like it was, I feel like whatever that went down was definitely intentional. So I don't know if all those 22 people dropped dead have anything to do with the monkeypox. Spirit saying yes. So I don't know if it's like in regards to like just Africa, like that country itself. And that's why it pulled me to like, because we're sitting here and we're like, okay, so it's going to be an outbreak. And then it pulled me to the 22 teenagers that just got poisoned. And that happened in Africa. So I think the outbreak it's saying it's going to be Africa. I don't think the children have anything to do with the monkeypox scenario. I basically think Africa is now looking at outbreak of monkeypox. So definitely be careful traveling, because that's telling me that it's going to travel. It's going to start there. Well, no, it probably already started somewhere else. Fuck if I know, guys. It's like, come on, Courtney, you're fucking psychic. So it's going to start in Africa. I don't think it's going to make its way here like that, but there's going to be a big outbreak. Regarding the 22 kids, it was definitely an intentional poisoning. My guess is it was probably something in the hookah, because all the kids are probably like, all right, I'll try hookah before they would like try liquor or something, right? So it's probably something they ingested. But that it was clearly intentional. So that's sad, disturbing. But it just I don't know the whole story, but what the fuck? Like, where'd the employees go? Okay, we're gonna leave 22 of you and we're gonna close the tavern? Like what? That makes zero sense. It didn't mention any of the employees deceased. They could have. It wasn't mentioned. It just mentioned 22 kids. So I guess some of the employees, it sounds like they were probably the there had to have been employees that died because it just doesn't make any sense. You're not gonna leave 22 teenagers unattended in a fucking tavern. Like, hey, open bar, hookah. Like, no. So where's the rest of the fucking story? So I do feel like spirits more like it definitely came from the hookah, but it was definitely intentional poisoning. Um, I'm just seeing if there's any updates. No, not right now. And it's still saying 22 teens. I just don't. Why is it not talking about the employees? Well, it says officials say 22 teenagers died at the tavern of South America over the weekend, but their cause of death remains a mystery. It's not a fucking mystery. It's a given they were fucking poisoned. Youngest 13. I read earlier, I think it was like 9 boys and something. So it's just at least 21 teenagers. That's 20. Now that's 22. Why are we not talking about like the employees? Like what? I just don't even. Likely accidentally poisoned. How do you accidentally poison? I mean, obviously that can happen, but I mean, I don't know, Spirit saying it, there's a chance it could have been accidental, guys. What the fuck? How would that be an accident? Regardless, it's what it is a fucking tragedy. How do you accidentally? I don't know enough about hookah and stuff like that. Like I don't know enough, but it's almost like how would one die or accidentally get poisoned from smoking hookah? Carbon monoxide poisoning, water pipe hookah. So it could have been carbon monoxide in the pipe. One of the leading causes. How can you get poisoned? The resulting of the carbon monoxide that's inhaled along the tobacco smoke, creating a very real risk of severe potential deadly carbon monoxide poisoning. Because they use charcoal. Can you die from smoking too much hookah? Yes. Sudden death. Wow. It looks like that's probably what that's gonna end up. That's kind of like the lights probably the light's probably gonna get shined on that. Like what it's trying to say is like, what's that saying? Where it's like that's what the light. That's like what the fuck is that? Like shedding the light on something. So I think that's what it is. This, but it's strange. This guy I was once seeing years ago. He opened a hookah bar with one of his cousins in Philly. But like I remember him going through so many different like procedures and this and that. Like it was actually pretty insane ordeal for him to get his license. Um so I do feel like it was actually probably accidental now that I'm reading into this. Because spirit's giving me more of that type of vibe. Hookah pipes use the charcoal, resulting in carbon monoxide gases inhaled along the tobacco risky here. I wonder if that was anything to do with me choking the other day and it not being the volcano. Because that was like instant restricting. And I remember like wanting to puke, nauseous, like it was. So I don't know if that's what that was because it just pulled me to that. But it looks like it was an accidental poisoning of carbon monoxide, which will probably be their autopsy report, will probably be the cause of death. Wow, that's very sad. I thought for sure that it was like a setup. Like, how do you accidentally poison, right? Yeah, but this actually fucking makes sense. Like, it is extremely dangerous. They only allowed. I do remember him saying they only allowed so many within so many like towns, and that's why only so many people are in there. And the cleaning is like it was a lot of work. He almost didn't want to go. He almost didn't want to do it, but his business, his cousin, like kind of convinced them to do it. As far as I know, worked out for him, but I do remember it being a pain in the ass. So that's extremely unfortunate. But 22 at the same time, Amanda. Yeah, so Grace, my mind didn't wrap around that either until like I really started like, okay, like it's absolutely a thing. Like people do it's yeah, absolutely. No symptoms. It's like that carbon monoxide. It only takes so long. If the whole room's filled with it and their lungs are filled with it, it only takes so long. Within hours, you can be gone, you know? This had to have been like pretty potent though, because it's like nobody called, nobody got sick, nobody called for a ride home. Out of all those children, you would think one of those teenagers would have been like, okay, unless they all convinced themselves like oh hi, or it's like I don't feel right, but like it was too late. Like I really am hearing it was a tragedy. Like whatever it was hit them hard and hit them quick. Like they didn't have time to like think, hey, let me call my parent. I don't feel too well. It wasn't like that. Is what I'm getting. And I actually just got an image of the booth that one of them were in. It just had a big red like backing. Like I don't know what the point of that was. It almost reminds me of like a restaurant booth, um, more than like a tavern. But I almost feel like there was like designs. I don't know. So the toxicology report will probably determine cause of death as carbon monoxide poisoning. So fucking sad. And on top of that, there's going to be an outbreak of monkeypox. So we just discovered two things. Anything else? I just saw the Eiffel Tower. That looked like the Eiffel Tower. And then on my bed, I have a little pillow that actually has the Eiffel Tower on it and says bonjour. The French actually pulls me more to Africa, though. My throat hurts. Like bad. Like all right here, it's like burning. Oh, whatever it is awful. It's swelling my glands. What the fuck is this shit? Whatever it is, I feel like it could actually restrict my throat. That was very odd. Like this whole side just got like swollen, and so obviously there's going to be another outbreak of something. I don't know what it would be. I don't think it's the monkeypox. I don't think it's COVID. I think it'd be a new strand of something. Fucking A, man. So something in the vicinity of France. Anything going down in France right now that I'm unaware of? Is there any type of outbreaks in France right now? It's just touching base upon the coronavirus. I mean, I know there's the whole note that the possible for the VOC, VOI, and the VUM to be also part of it. Transmission in the EU, EEA. Spirit saying, yeah, whatever this is. So this is just like another variant, right? A variant concern. Well, I think at this point you should be extremely fucking concerned. Now it's the other side of my throat. This is awful. This is almost like I don't even know how you would put in like I hate to say it, like you would struggle putting a tube in somebody's throat because the throat can be extremely swollen. So that's scary. First country detected. Is this when we talked about that virus coming in with in France? Like the whole UK, we talked about it months ago, is killing kids. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I wonder if this is like because we talked about there was going to be like a new virus, a new strand. This is it. Now there's just a name. So I don't know, like, so this is all like South Africa. Hold on. Um, it is all the countries that are first detecting it. It's Africa. Um, and I don't feel like it's like the monkeypox. I really do feel like it's like a new variant. Capricorn 1, 2, 4, and 5. It's one of those. The lineage. So they're saying it's the BA4. What they say it was? B8. What did they say it was? BA4. BA4. What to know about the newest one? June 15th, BA4, BA5 is fueling the U.S. COVID cases of Omicron variants. Outrageous can bypass. Will the arrival of BA4 and B5 in France lead to a new wave? It sure as fuck will. I don't think it's happening right now, like how it's about to hit. I don't know when it's gonna hit, but it's definitely gonna hit. Um, okay. So, what are the symptoms of the B4? I wonder if there's a rash because I just got real itchy. But that was no joke with my throat. Can bypass the immunity. Oh yeah, I thought I heard something like that. Like almost like it can't be detected, right? They said it's like the regular flu, but worse than COVID. Yeah, it depends on your kids. No, this went right to my throat. Like it was whatever is coming. It's not. It almost just. I just saw a flock of birds. That happened again. That happened in a read again the other day. But like, I think death with a flock of birds for some reason. I mean, I know it's a disease. It's a variant. Like I get that. But this is like, I'm seeing a flock of birds. I don't know if that's like trying to tell me like. I don't think it's trying to tell me it's like the bird flu. Well, it might be like the bird flu. So maybe it is the bird flu. What? What the fuck? So maybe it's not. I don't know enough about this. Is the BA flu? Is the BA for like the bird flu? I'm gonna have to word that differently. Information about bird flu. Is the BA? What is the new bird flu called? There's a new bird flu? What the fuck? Alright, it's just getting transferred between birds? A variant flu? I'm so confused. Like, are we talking about the BA4? Or are we talking about the fucking bird flu? Both are contagious. It's not what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm looking for. How can you tell the difference between the flu and this? To beat a Omicron Delta and bird flu, Europe must pull together. So there is a bird flu going down right now in the UK? What the fuck? So why did they just show me the bird flu? See, we're not talking about both. So I wonder if the BA4 is being like I wonder if they're calling it the BA4, but it's actually a different. It's like a bird flu. Like There has to be. I saw a flock of birds. This has to do with the bird flu. And it's not telling me both of them. So I don't know if the BA4 is being mistaken or if the bird flu is being mistaken for the BA4. So I think what they're trying to tell me is the BA4 is being, I think it's the other way around. I think the BA4, no, I think the bird flu is being mistaken for the BA4. But it's actually the bird flu. I wouldn't have saw a huge flock of birds for no reason. So they said yes to the BA4, right? So that's basically like telling me, I think it's actually the bird flu, like a strand of the bird flu, and the FDA is just like saying it's another strand of COVID. And Spirit saying it's not. Like the BA4 is actually a bird flu. No, I'm saying it wrong. This definitely has to do with the bird flu. I mean, there's no question, but there's something with, I can't figure out how Spirit wants me to word it here. So we have the BA4 outbreak that's coming. Which I want to say is like actually the bird flu, but they're saying no. What? Lord fucking help me. Okay, so I think the BA4 is actually the bird flu. And they're putting it in the category, they're mistaking it as a COVID, like a variant. Like a long, like I think it's getting mistaken as like the Delta variant or something. So like it's, so what I'm getting is it's actually the bird flu. So they're basically saying the BA4 is actually bird flu. And it's being mistaken as a variant, and it's not. So and it's not like a new strand of bird flu. It's just they're saying that the BA4 is being mistaken. It's mistaken, like it's the bird flu. Like, is that even possible? Like, is that like, is that possible? Like, I know the government can lie to us, obviously, right? But, like, meaning, like, are they actually lying, or is it just, like, so similar, like, they don't even know? It's, like, an honest mistake. Spirit saying it's not a mistake. Okay. So the B4 that they're saying is another strand of COVID is not. It's actually the bird flu. So they're basically saying that the government is fully aware of that. This is some bullshit. I just is like really. What does the bird flu do to your throat? Maybe it's not a symptom of the bird flu. You might want to be careful with the vaccine. Sore throat, fever, cough, like this. But the sore throat I got, guys, that wasn't a fucking sore throat. That was like it would be hard to stick a pipe down, like a tube down your windpipe. Like all this was swollen. Like you would gag on your tongue. Oh wow, all that was right in front of my face when I was looking up the monkey pox. And I was like, what is that? But it's saying it's not like a new strand. So it's not a new strand. So I don't know why my that happened to my throat. I don't think that's a symptom of the bird flu, guys. I wonder if that's a symptom of a new vaccine. This is like I feel like we're like telling some conspiracy theories like I forget what they're trying to like I forget how they're trying to say it in my head like we're uncovering conspiracy theories. So I don't know if it's the same. Okay. So you know how with COVID there's all these things and there's all these symptoms, right? Because it's dead on my fucking throat, my glands. Um so basically I'm assuming they're gonna create a new vaccination, like a new variant, like but I think it's gonna fuck with your throat. But the avian influenza, I know that's the bird flu. Is that how it's said? Avian, 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 avian. However, it's fucking said, does cause serious respiratory issues. I mean, it's just like, okay. But I mean, we all come to the conclusion that COVID is kind of like the fucking flu anyway, right? It's just a different type of thing. But um this is saying though, some people like it goes as far as flu-like symptoms or severe symptoms of like pneumonia. Whatever this is, I think it's gonna be severe because that goes right to your respiratory, right? And if you need a tube down your throat and they can't get a tube down your throat, so it's a big deal. But I feel like it's not a symptom. I mean, it's a symptom, but I don't think it's the symptom from the bird flu. I think it's a symptom from the vaccination. I already said it. I if my work requires me to get a booster, I won't do it. I'm done. I'm gone. Like we've gotten emails already like, hey, we might want to boost you every 3 to 6 months. Oh fuck no. I already did one. You are you're out of your minds. I did the Johnsons and I didn't do a follow-up. I didn't do a booster, like none of that shit. I will not. Will not. And that just goes to show you if the FDA, if I wouldn't even say like the FDA, like that just goes to show you that the government is almost fully aware that this is actually a strand of the bird flu and not a strand from COVID. So, yeah, they just want to keep injecting you. So, okay, you guys. Okay. All right. So, we have the monkeypox outbreak that's about to go down in Africa. And then we have the tragedy. The toxicology report will probably determine carbon monoxide. Um, and then France with the new outbreak of what they're going to call it is the BA4, which is really the bird flu. So please be careful with vaccinations, guys. Because I already get the vibe of like the government fully knowing is more of a flu. We all know those 5,000 child all died. What? What happened there? I did hear something like what? My throat is killing. whatever this new um the France situation. But it's also pulling me to the soils too, like in the Grand Canyon. Like a whole bunch of people got sick, nauseous, nobody drank the water. That's the spores. That's that water. Mingia, guys, we're looking at like apparently this is how people are gonna wipe each other out. Okay, well let's just leave it at that right now. I gotta figure out what to make for dinner for Caden because they're having lobster and venison, and I don't want lobster or venison. Um, I think I honestly I think I'm more concerned with the vaccination, the boosters, the welcome back. They were gone for a little while. And now they're checking in. They're saying, hey, YouTube. Hey. Well, we love them. Y'all should be welcome back. Welcome back. Where have you been? Where have you been? That's why somebody said something the other day. I'm like, oh, have you been seeing them? I'm just happy that they're back. It's a very it's like a warm feeling. Like I can feel them, you know? It's very calming. So I'd be more concerned with the boosters right now. I think the boosters, they're going to blame it on, the bacteria is the word I want to use, but it's sickening. Like it is. This isn't even like AI. Like this is the government. We're going to keep these fuckers in check. We're going to kill them off one way or another. At the end of the day, I think if, you're healthy enough, you're taking your vitamins, you're staying on top of stuff, you're good, guys. You're good. We've been fighting this stuff off for ever. Okay. I can't stress that enough. And when I talked about this virus coming out years ago, I knew there was going to be a pretty huge surge. And then I knew there was going to be another massive surge that would probably affect the next generation. And it could just be like younger kids or whatnot. But I knew the way to stay clear and healthy from it is to feed your body the right way. Not excessively, right? But feeding it the right way so it's healthy. Doesn't mean you gotta go vegan or organic or it doesn't mean any of that, guys. You just self-care your body, your vessel, your soul. Never like that's the best vaccine you can have. And I want to say vitamin C, but it's actually pulling me to something else. Oh my god, my throat is awful right now. It's pulling me to a different type of juice. I almost want to say it's grape juice. And it's 444. What's the benefits of grape juice? Reducing blood clots, LDC, bad cholesterol, blood vessels to your heart, maintains a healthy blood pressure. That really doesn't. There's got to be something more. Because it reminds me of like. It almost reminds me of like wine, like the purple grape, not like a white grape. You know what I mean? So I wonder if it's saying wine. You know that bounce, right? I think it's saying wine. But it would probably be a certain type of wine. Maybe I should stop making my wine as maybe I just came up with a very amazing idea, right? The right type of grapes, the right type of stuff, and wine. There's your vaccination. Red wine, antioxidants, prevents artery disease, condition that leads to heart attacks. Links between red wine, fever attacks are completely understood. No, see, there's something else besides the artery and the heart and cholesterol. So maybe it's not the grape. Maybe it's like the leaf or something with the vine. It's got to be something, guys. Is there any benefits from a grapevine? It protects cancer, eye problems, cardiovascular disease, other health conditions, fiber, potassium, range of vitamins and minerals. Holy shit, I had no idea. Did you guys know that? I know that bounce, don't worry. The leaves is more like vision, skin, bone health. Do they sell grapevines? Do they sell grapevine supplements? Wait, what is that? They do. French plant ingredient launched the grapevine extract, said to be the first organic vine-based product. Well, there goes my idea. There you go. Some of you guys might need the grapevine. So there you go. I don't know anything about it. It's pretty fucking new. Well, I don't know. It's new to me. Helps with weight loss, builds muscle. When was this a fucking thing? Chinese herbal therapy. Well, I just gave you guys a little heads up, okay? Grapevine. Now, here's the thing, okay? The government's actually giving them a hard time. Well, they were fighting it in 1998. Why? Because you don't want us to come up with something that could fight off your fucking shit that you give us? Okay. So, you always got to read side effects though of certain stuff. Like, what's the side effects of taking a grapevine supplement? Just be smart and do your research. Itchy, scalp, dizziness, nausea. Okay? But that's some extracts. It really depends on what type of grape. So, but that's also like from a grape seed extract. I'm not talking about the seed. So do your research. It's as if like you were gonna start taking mushroom supplements. There's certain mushrooms that are not good for you. There's other ones, I mean, they could be all great for you, right? But I know there's two very particular ones that are no good for me, right? So it's like bringing me back to like my shaman roots. Like I can like just conjure up something. I've always had that feeling. I don't know if it's me as a kid conjuring up the fucking leaves and twigs and dirt. You know what I mean? Like I was that kid. I didn't even pretend I was a witch. Like I just pretended I was playing fucking house outside, making stew. Little did I know, I was conjuring up something. I was that kid. Why my little salamanders sat and watched me make stew. Man, did I have such a great childhood playing with freaking critters. I ain't shitting you. I loved my bugs. And I still do. And I just got pulled to a cockroach. And I want to say they have health benefits. I ain't going to start chewing fucking cockroaches, guys. But I did just get pulled. What are the health benefits of a cockroach? And I'm pretty sure it's like a certain type of cockroach. It's not the ones that hang out in Lawrence, okay? Yeah, they're like really good for you. They kill the bacteria that's already stored in the body. All right, so this is just channeling messaging. If you want to go start eating cockroaches, go for it. Okay. But this is like it already kills the bacteria that's been present for years and stored in your body. So spirit's giving you guys some good tips here. I'm a little like bleh, but cockroach milk is like a superfood. More 3 times nutrition than cow, buffalo, and human breast milk. I don't. Can you fucking milk a cockroach, or do you just squish it? Like what the fuck is this? Healthiest bug to eat. Okay, I'm just. Oh, grasshopper, termites, ants, bees, beetles, mealworms, yada yada yada. But I got pulled to the grapevine in a cockroach, which makes sense because the grapevine, right? And it makes sense. The cockroach, it really does take away um years of bacteria. Oh my god! I mean, how many would you have to eat? Scientifically proven, edible, and okay. Well, you know, you know, we have the whole fucking monkeypox that's now going to break out in Africa. Okay. We have like a big outbreak, and then we're going to have a big outbreak of the BA4 in France. I don't know when. I'm done putting dates on shit, but I'm assuming it's coming, and it's actually really the bird flu. Okay. And Spirit mentioned the grapevines and cockroaches. So do your research. Okay. And the incident with the 22 children in Africa really was an unfortunate accident. So, all right. I'll probably be back later. Maybe. I don't know. But I got to figure out what me and Kate are going to eat for dinner because I don't want lobster and I don't want venison. I don't want that and I don't want that. I just don't. So, I'm not even happy about what the house is going to smell like in an hour between venison and lobster. And something's telling me oysters. So my dad probably bought oysters as like an appetizer.
I call this one
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I just got the whole Zen energy. So believe it or not, I think this video was a lot heavier than I suspected, or maybe you suspected. I don't know if it has anything to do with spirit. I don't know if it's anything to do with the orbs, but I'm getting the very Zen energy, and I don't get that Zen energy like that. So it's almost like, not that you got to recoup from this video, but don't like shake it off either. I also learned like you never want to shake your hands. That's a whole nother read. Okay, it's you're throwing your energy all off by believing like it's like going like that real fast is like one of the worst things you can do for your energy. When people like I don't know, so don't do that. But that's why when they say you want to break energy to clap, that makes sense, right? Anywho, I'm just getting the whole the very woo-sa thing, and I don't do the whole Zen thing like that. And that's like the whole, I just got the whole Zen thing for you guys. So that's telling me that this video was a lot heavier than I think anticipated, because I wouldn't be like, all right, this is a heavy video. And it's not a coincidence. In the beginning of this video, I was exhausted. So I feel like that's also a message for you. Like this video was exhausting. So I don't know how it's gonna hit everybody, but I feel like it's gonna be heavy. Maybe we'll all have a really good night's sleep. Let's look at the upside to the video. Okay. Maybe it's a really good upside. But it's the whole Zen energy. Okay. So like I wouldn't say like, I don't know, just have a relaxing night, I guess. Like, however, I don't know how you really want to interpretate that. I just know. Well, let me think. I wouldn't say go meditate and have yoga. Like, that's not what it's saying. You know, if you want to take a bath and take care of yourself, great. Or just chill out for the fucking night. Because there's something extremely heavy about this video. And it doesn't even feel heavy. You know? But it's telling me it's a doozy. It's a heavy fucking video. But no worries. Be happy. Yeah, I feel more like positive energy. We got the messages, certain spirits returned. Like, so I think it's just heavy, as in like, I don't even think like heavy as in like sorrow or overwhelming. Guys, I don't. I feel heavy, like an energetic pull. Like it's heavy. That's it. You know, I don't know. I don't even think you're gonna get sad. Like I don't think this is like a big cleansing video, or you know how I can shoot energy this way and I just like so funny. So funny. I don't even do freaking little shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know what that is. So y'all can just laugh at me right now for pewing, okay? So I don't even know what the fuck that is. All I know is that it's going to be a little heavy.
I actually practiced that.
So dense is the word I just got. Dense.
Give it a try. No,
so maybe foggy. You might be a little foggy. I don't know. I'm trying. So don't worry about it. It's not a bad thing.
I know that balance.
It's just a heavy video. Okay. Pew pew. Yeah, didn't the teenagers do that? Like there was like a TikTok or something going around. Pew pew. How do you shoot your gun? Pew pew. Hey, Kaden. How do you shoot your gun?
What?
How do you shoot your gun? How do you shoot your gun?
What gun?
Your gun. If you got one, how do you shoot it? How do you hold it? What sound does it make?
With your hand?
Yeah. What's your
Hold it in
gun?
your hand.
I know you hold it in your hands. I know it's a TikTok. What's your gun sound like?
Oh, I didn't participate.
Oh, that's right. You opted out of that TikTok. He did. Mia did a whole thing like in school with certain people, and it was friggin', I think my Jade was like Al Capone. Like it was a fucking riot. The video she made, and he actually opted out. But that's what it reminded me of. Pew 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 pew. Like so, I think somebody did that. I don't fucking know. Fucking man. I feel like overtired. I do feel a little confused. I'm not gonna lie. So on that note, I'm not gonna show you what this confusing or whatever this state is. So I'll be back. I love you guys. Bye.